Hello, you have made it to course selection day for the class of 2024. In this presentation, we will go over credit requirements for graduation, state testing and other graduation requirements, programs available, and then we'll select by subject your classes for next year and talk about electives. So you need 24 credits total to graduate from Issaquah High School. Of those 24 credits, the breakdown is on the right-hand side. So you need 4 credits of English, 3 credits of social studies, which is broken down into 1.5 credits of world history, 1.0 credits of U.S. history, and 0.5 credits of civics. You need 3.0 credits of math between 9th and 12th grade. You need 3.0 credits of science, and of those 3 credits, 2 of the credits have to be a lab science. You need 1.0 CTE credits, career and technical education, 1.5 credits of PE, 0.5 credits of health, 1.0 credits of art, 2.0 credits of a world language if you're pursuing four-year college entrance, or personal pathway, which you can talk to your counselor about if you want to pursue that option. And then 5 credits of electives, which can be any class at all to get you to the 24 credit mark. Other graduation requirements for the class of 2024. The first one is your graduation pathway. This used to be the state testing requirement where students would have to meet the ELA and the math section of state tests. Now it's a more inclusive, more broad requirement that can be met in a variety of different ways. So more information on that can be found in the course guide, or you can talk to your school counselor about options to meet that. Your high school and beyond plan is another requirement to graduate. In the past, we have used career cruising, so you would complete a portion of your high school and beyond plan every year, freshman all the way through senior year. We're now using a program called Zello, but it is the same sort of gist. Northwest Studies or Washington State History is another requirement that students have to meet to graduate. A lot of times students have met that in middle school, but if you're a transfer student or you went to a private school or online school, anything like that, that could be something that you still have to meet. So make sure you check on that in order to meet that requirement. There are some additional programs available when working towards graduation. You can take online learning. There are some stipulations in order to do that, but you can talk to your counselor about that. Summer school is an option. Running START when you take college classes that count both for college credit and high school credit. If you're interested in doing that, make sure that you still select 7 credits for IHS next year, and then we can talk about that with your counselor at a later time. Apply to the college and follow all steps outlined by the college campus. And then, like I said, you'll have a meeting with your counselor later in the spring to discuss specifics. WANIC is another opportunity for students. So it's an innovative career training for high school students. It's a head start on program prereqs for certain careers like nursing. You also get exposure to career fields to assist in future planning. So that can be a good option. If you're wanting more information, you can talk to your counselor or the College and Career Center. So now we're going to move on to requesting your courses. We are a school that is informed self-select. So that means that we do not have prerequisites, but we do have recommendations so that students know exactly what they're signing up for. So the master schedule is built based on requests. So that means that you need to make sure that you're doing your best to actually select courses that you're very interested in, because that's how the master schedule is built. Choosing the right challenge for yourself. So looking at those learning recommendations that has homework information, all the breakdown of the content that's going to go over in that class. So make sure you look at those when deciding which class you want to choose. Also, you can talk to your current and former teachers for additional insight. Next, we're going to do the subject by subject walkthrough. English is the first category we are going to go over. So for junior year, you have 2 options. You can take American Literature, which is just the on-level 11th grade English option, or you can take AP English Language and Composition. So some considerations when deciding which class to choose. Think about what you're currently taking, how that's going, like what your grade's like, how much time you're spending on homework. Do you need more or less of a challenge? How many AP classes are you planning to take? Make sure that you're creating that balance. And then on that right-hand side is the breakdown of different factors, different aspects of each of the classes to kind of help you make an informed decision. Next is your social studies choice. This is very similar to English. So you have your regular U.S. history, which is the on-level social studies class for juniors, or AP U.S. history. So same thing as English. What are you currently taking? How's it going? Do you need more or less of a challenge? How many AP classes are you planning to take? All of those factors can contribute to which choice you make for social studies. Math is a little bit different than the previous two subjects, so it depends on which class you're currently in, how you're doing in that class. So as you can see on the right-hand side, there's a large chart of the math pathway depending on where you're currently at. So as you can see, if you're currently in geometry, you could either go to Applied Algebra 2 or Algebra 2, and then it kind of shows your path after that. So spend some time on our course guide, which is linked on our counseling website, ihscounseling.com, and start to look through kind of your options, what your pathway would be in order to make an informed decision. Science is also a little bit different than English and social studies in the sense that there's not a specific path or only a few options. There's a wide variety of options to choose from. So it does depend on what science you're in currently, what math you're in currently, and also what your goals are. So chemistry and physics lab methods is a great class to take for somebody that wants to get science lab credit, but maybe isn't super strong in science. And also if they're in a lower math class, that's sometimes a good option to take. Students may also have already taken those classes and are ready to move to a chemistry or a physics. There's also a lot of elective options for science, as you can see listed there. And we always recommend if students are going to take AP science classes, the recommendation would be to take the regular on-level science class first. So for example, instead of jumping straight to AP chemistry, students would take chemistry first, and then the following year take AP chemistry. So make sure when you're looking through which science class to take, look on the course guide and make sure that your math level is at the correct level according to the learning recommendations for that class. The AP options for science. So this is digging more into the AP versions. So taking the general level course prior to the AP level is recommended, like I said on the previous slide. AP exams are written at a college level, so strong reading comprehension skills are also necessary. There will be homework preparation studying nightly. This is a very advanced class. It's going to require a lot more effort. Exams will go beyond basic memorization of information and will include application and synthesis. AP Chemistry and AP Physics are closely connected with advanced levels in math. So again, like I said in the previous slide, your math level is so important when determining which science class to take. AP Environmental Science is interdisciplinary and will include biology, ecology, geology, chemistry, econ, and politics. So it's kind of all encompassing. World language. We are so fortunate at Issaquah High School to have so many options to choose from when it comes to world language. So currently we offer French, Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, Japanese, and American Sign Language. So choosing to take a world language all depends on what your post-high school plan looks like. So four-year colleges, most of them need 2 years of the same world language. Sometimes they'd like to see 3, but more commonly it's 2 years of the same world language. 2-year colleges, technical schools, military, or just going straight into the workforce, world language is not required for those options. What we do always want to tell students is don't count yourself out before you've decided on your post-high school plans. So most high school students will complete 2 years of a world language just to be prepared at the end of high school so that they have all their options open if they do choose to go to a 4-year college. If you are fluent in a language other than English, it is possible for you to take a world language proficiency exam for credits, so you can get up to 4 credits of language if you are fluent in another language. So you can contact your counselor to get more information about this if you are interested. Electives is just a fancy word to say personal choice. So you can take literally any class at all that can be counted as an elective. So once you fill up your core classes, like for example, if you fill up your art class credits that you need, your CTE credits, any of those additional classes will count under the elective category. And that goes same for math, science, English, anything will then filter into the elective category once you've met your requirements. So think about, in order to fill up your schedule after you've decided on your core classes, what elective credits do you want to fit in for next year? Do you have a plan to fit in all of these credits before graduation? Do you want to take some of them outside of your 7-period day? These are all things to think about when determining which classes you should take. There are some new courses available for next year, which is very exciting. So listed on the right-hand side, you can see India and South Asia, from area studies to ethnic studies. It's a semester-long class. That's going to be offered next year along with AP Mandarin Chinese, which is year-long, music theory, year-long, sustainable design and technology, also year-long. Other resources. So Zello, like I mentioned before, is the program we use for the High School and Beyond plan. That can give you some ideas for what courses prepare you for certain careers or certain majors if you're wanting to go to college. You can check out the College and Career Center website, which has tons of information. Planning sheets for requirements and 4-year planning is in the purple section at the bottom of the linked page, which is on our counseling website. All of this information can be found on our counseling website. Just put in ihscounseling.com and you will find a plethora of resources. And then finally, the course request directions and dates. So talk with your family about your choices. You have some time to make sure that you have an informed choice that you've talked to your family about. Check out the counseling website, like I said, for resources, also a link to the course guide. If you need help or have questions, counselors are available the week of March 7th through the 11th for brief appointments. We're going to be pushing out QR codes for that to sign up. Lunch drop-ins in the counseling office during both lunches on those days are also available. As you can see, that's March 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then you will actually enter your requests in student access. Make sure that they are in student access and not family access. It will not work if you go through your parents' account. And then enter in 7.0 credits and 3 to 6 alternates. That helps us so that when the core or the master schedule comes out, and if there's a certain way that your schedule won't work depending on what you're requesting, we have some alternates that we can put in for you. And then the deadline is by Tuesday, March 15th at 8 a.m. All of your requests have to be in by March 15th at 8 a.m.